your golf swing's changed. So you used to take this club and just suck it way inside. Wouldn't really turn much. You pull wide open club face, and then just kind of throw your hands. Now, a little in, but not what it used to be. I still think if you got wider with better structure, you would be better. And I think that's kind of the big thing this winter that you should focus on. Keep getting better at, right? Because now the club gets shallower sooner, but see how the face is still really open? And I think that's where that miss every once in a while comes in. I think what's interesting is with the face so open late, typically we see that club try to get rolled over. This is what I'm encouraged at. See how you don't have that big rollover like you used to? So to me, yes, the face is a little open a little later than you want, but you've started to learn how to manage it better. Where it used to be that like open face, high flare, and then you try to fix it, go super left, right? That's why I don't think you overdraw it in. Is that's way better. Okay. So if I'm getting better with driver, it's just continuing to get better here. Because this runoff still challenges you to get that face. And that back of that hand is straight up to the sky, pretty late in the round. Okay. I'm okay with the ball position at address, because it's not probably as severe as you think it is. There's plenty of guys who play that game, right? There's guys who play it in the heel, there's guys who play it in the toe, and it is kind of that, some do it consciously, some do it subconsciously, but it's to help kind of visualize things, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't have a problem with that.
As far as my club setup.
Correct, because it's not like your hands are massively out. Like if you were toe side and the hands were here early, and you were doing that to help fix, then that's not a problem. But you're not doing it. So, 2 quick things before we go hit bumpers. Alright. With driver, it's going to be different than with an iron. Okay? Just because the club's way longer. You can do this with a club, you can do this with an alignment stick, you do it with a dowel. Get probably 4 to 6 inches away from the wall. And turn and touch the wall. Now, that is going to be excessively short for a driver, right? You could even scoot a little bit further away and say, hey, this is where I ultimately would want to be. But early on, get a little bit closer and get used to practicing a little bit higher. So normal setup, maybe a little bit closer to start, and then we'll work our way away. Big turn. See how quick the wall got? Now here's the question. Go ahead, get set up again, go to the top. Here's the question, right? Can this turn, stretch, and go? See how the hands got further away from you? Can you get there? Big stretch and go. Good. Now it's okay for the club to hinge. I have no problem with it. Okay, do it again. Big stretch and go. Good. Let me get that on film. It's okay to get the arm a little higher too. A little bit higher. There you go. A little bit more hinge, a little bit higher. Big stretch and go. That right there. Do that one again. That was your best one. Hold on. My camera's back up. All right. Big stretch and go. One jiggle like this. It'd be easier if you played from there. First step. And if you want to go a step further, because you're already there, you can turn, touch, reverse step. Right? And for you, it's a lot of bow because that's the opposite of the pull. So what you called casting, I would call releasing. Right? So if you're there, you might as well just do the next part just for the heck of it. You can't do the full thing, obviously, the exact wall. So it's big turn, touch, get big and wide, rehearse that. You can even add a little pressure shift in there, right? But big, wide touch, go. Notice I'm really getting wide, long, and strong all at the same time. Which are all things we've worked on before. This isn't something new. Maybe a little further away from the wall. There you go. Big, wide, structure at the top. Good. Hold it. Soft, 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 soft. There you go. Yeah. Again, just a little bit of an exaggeration. Big, wide, down. Hold it. Yeah, you keep wanting to do it with this arm. Soft, strong. Here. Good. Really, really feel that left wrist crimp down. Breathe in, up to the top. Up here again. So you keep trying to do it with this arm instead of that one. That way. That. So it's this wrist. It's going out and that. This action while you go that way. Big, wide, and strong, and down. Okay. Well, the hands have to go. There you go. Up, down. That's pretty good. Let me show you that on camera. Big and wide. Narrow with runoff. The problem with narrow with runoff is you have to bring it back in front, and you know that when you do that, what happens to the club face? It opens or stays open, right? It's not closing.
What do you mean runoff?
So
the club going behind you like that?
Yeah, so the club's here, and then the club runs, and notice nothing else is moving.
Yeah.
So the club runs off. You react like everybody will by trying to get it out in front of you. Now, again, these are all things that you've gotten better at. You used to do it with your shoulder, you used to pull everything on top, and you used to hit those big swipers. Yeah. Now you're more patient, and you know how to do it, but that face is still quite a bit open, right? Whereas, what's interesting, I think two things here that are interesting. In an effort to be stronger coming down, notice how you started changing your left wrist just a little bit? Up here it's a little bit more cupped. Watch this. See how that's a little bit more cupped than that one? Yeah. And I think you did that instinctively. I think you said, hey, I got to twist on this sooner. And then watch this. This is cool. This one, again, it's all kind of run and stay open. Yeah, you can see, and again, I'm using the wrist as the indicator. This wrist is pointing to the sky, this one's pointing more down, and the club is just as shallow, if not shallower, right? You can see where the club goes. It goes that way, it's in transition, so that's shallow, it's the definition. Let's take a couple drivers real quick with that feel. So, wider, with more structure at the top. Okay, that's your right arm doing it. So that's what you wanted to do the first time you were over there, right? You got here, and what did you try to do? Try to hit this again. So up here, again, it's that action you were doing. You were doing that really well from the inside. Stronger shooter. Do that again. No, that run off. Real close. So come take a quick look. So, the challenge is, when you get wider, how do you also, say you still kind of hold. Mm-hmm. So I want that feeling back. Like it's like you don't trust it from there. And so you kind of hold, and that's why all these balls are coming out so low. Because you just aren't delivering enough loft. Right? Now that one hit in the heel, so it looks like the face rolled over. But Again, I like this. I'm good. I mean, yes, technically that club ran a smidgen, but not enough for me to worry about. The question is, can you take that backswing,
Bring it down.
well, but do take all the pieces over here that were so good, which was what? The patience in transition, right? Keeping the shoulders back, in the feeling of getting longer sooner.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you're already doing that. Just do it from a little bit more predictable spot. Well, probably just a little bit. Because again, it's not that you have to do that. It's just you're gonna have to square the club face somehow.
Yeah.
At some time. So why not do it a smidge sooner? So you don't have to do it later.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more real quick. So again, feel a little bit more patience at the top in that transition. Wider, sooner. That's close. A little runoff. I like it.
A little taller with your knees. You're probably gonna be closer.
So those last two were different.
And those hands up.
That's what you gotta get better. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, if your consistent is a little longer, that's fine. It's not a length issue. It's a predictability issue.
Yeah.
More, in my opinion, if you're always doing that wall drill, eventually you go, oh, this is
It's just what it is.
it's just what it is. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta tighten that up. All right, two more. A little off the bottom again. What's interesting to me is getting the club longer coming down, which you said was a feeling that I like.
I'm not doing it right now.
You're not doing it. That's why every ball's coming off the bottom third of the face.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I'm just like focusing on like other things, and then I just forget about that in the middle of the swing. But here we go.
A little long, but that's okay. All right, so those are gonna be your marching orders.
Okay.
A little bit more width. So, let's see what it is. So what we're saying is this narrow to open, and again, what made it better is the fact that it doesn't roll anymore. So that's great. And your patience in your transition and all that good stuff. Right? So can we get a little bit better structure at the top? Can we get just a little wider and stronger sooner to accompany all those other things we were doing? Make sense?
Yeah.